Sophie Cunningham doesn't need to perfect knees to light up a room, steal attention, or bust out a dance move. Just weeks after a major setback that could have crushed her spirit, the Indiana Fever Guard proved that joy, resilience, and a little rhythm can go a long way in reminding fans who she is beyond the hardwood. Over the Labor Day weekend, a video surfaced of the 29-year-old WNBA favorite showing off her vibrant energy, moving and swaying in a bikini, knee brace strapped tightly around her recovering leg, and fans couldn't get enough. The clip, which spread across social media like wildfire, captured Cunningham singing along to Renee Rapp's song, "I Think I Like You Better When You're Gone." She wasn't just mouthing the words, she was feeling the music, dancing freely, grinning, and carrying herself with the same bold confidence that has made her a standout personality in the league. For a moment, fans got to see Cunningham, not as the injured athlete sidelined from her season, but as Sophie, the woman who refuses to let pain or obstacles steal her light. What made the video so striking wasn't just the bikini or the setting. It was the contrast. Here was a professional athlete, fresh off surgery for a torn MCL she suffered on August 17, refusing to look beaten down. Instead, she was moving with joy, almost defiantly celebrating the body that many would consider broken, proving she's still strong, still radiant, and still very much herself. Fans immediately lit up the comments section, showering her with praise and playful admiration. "You look sexier with a knee brace. Just saying," one fan wrote. A message that perfectly captured the affectionate teasing and support Sophie has cultivated over her career. Others chimed in, noting her energy, her boldness, and her refusal to hide during a time when many athletes in recovery choose silence. To understand why this moment resonated so deeply, you have to look at Sophie Cunningham's journey. Standing 6'0", she has always been more than just another player in the league. Known for her fiery competitiveness, relentless hustle, and magnetic personality, Cunningham has built a reputation as someone who wears her heart on her sleeve. She's outspoken, unapologetically confident, and fiercely loyal to her team and fans. It's that combination of talent and personality that has made her a fan favorite. Someone who connects on a level beyond statistics and box scores. Her injury in mid-August was a devastating blow, not just for her but for the Fever as a whole. Cunningham tore her MCL in a freak moment, an incident that sidelined her for the rest of the season. For a player averaging 8.6 points per game and contributing valuable energy on both ends of the floor, her absence was immediately felt. Even more troubling was the fact that she wasn't the only one. The Fever were already reeling from a string of backcourt injuries. Sydney Colson tore her ACL, while Ari McDonald broke a bone in her foot during the August 7 game. In the span of a few short weeks, the Fever lost 3 guards, a nightmare scenario for any team trying to compete at the highest level. For many athletes, such circumstances can feel like the beginning of isolation. Surgery and recovery often force players away from the spotlight, leaving them to battle frustration, pain, and the uncertainty of what lies ahead. But Sophie's video served as a powerful reminder that identity isn't lost to injury. If anything, it highlighted just how resilient she truly is. Instead of disappearing into silence, she leaned into the moment, showing fans her joy and refusing to let her story be defined by an MCL tear. There's a raw humanity in what Sophie shared. It wasn't a carefully staged comeback video, nor was it a press release filled with cautious optimism about her rehab. It was just Sophie being Sophie, playful, bold, a little cheeky, and entirely authentic. That authenticity is exactly why fans connected with it so strongly. Social media has a way of amplifying these moments, and in Cunningham's case, it turned what could have been a private bit of levity into a cultural flashpoint. The bikini, the brace, the unapologetic dancing, it all became a symbol of resilience. She wasn't just recovering. She was celebrating life, body, and spirit, reminding everyone watching that athletes are more than their injuries, more than their stats, and more than the setbacks they endure. For the Fever, this moment also served as a subtle rallying cry. Losing 3 guards in such a short span could easily fracture a team's morale, but Sophie's decision to project joy, to keep her spirit visible, has ripple effects. It sends a message: setbacks don't erase who you are. And for a young team fighting to establish itself in the league, seeing one of their leaders embrace positivity through adversity matters. The response from fans was immediate and heartfelt. Many praised her courage, others her sense of humor, and some simply admired her for reminding them that beauty and strength can coexist with vulnerability. In a league that often struggles for mainstream visibility, These moments, the unfiltered, human, viral clips, play a crucial role in building connections that go beyond the game. What Sophie Cunningham showed wasn't perfection. It was resilience, joy, and a refusal to be sidelined in spirit, even if she's sidelined physically. And maybe that's why the video struck such a chord. In a world where athletes are often reduced to stats and injuries, Sophie reminded us that the heart of sports is human connection, the ability to inspire, to uplift, and to remind us all that setbacks are never the end of the story. Her road to recovery won't be easy. MCL tears require careful rehab, patience, and an immense amount of mental toughness. But if this video is any indication, Sophie isn't just recovering. She's thriving, finding ways to express her joy and spirit in new forms while her body heals. Fans know she'll come back stronger, and in the meantime, they're more than happy to celebrate the Sophie Cunningham who can light up a moment, brace and all. Because sometimes, the bravest thing you can do after an injury isn't to rush back or pretend you're fine. Sometimes, it's to dance anyway, bikini, brace, and all, and beyond the dance itself. The viral clip raises a bigger conversation about how athletes today connect with their fans. In earlier eras, injured players might have been reduced to grainy rehab updates or clinical injury reports. But in today's social media-driven world, moments like Sophie's become statements. They allow athletes to redefine themselves publicly, to show that their identity isn't tied exclusively to wins, losses, or injuries. Sophie's decision to dance, to be seen, is part of a much larger shift in how we perceive and celebrate athletes. Fans often think of resilience as something shown only on the court, the player who dives for loose balls, who fights through pain in the playoffs, who delivers clutch performances under pressure. But resilience is also shown off the court. It's shown in the ability to smile after surgery, to joke with fans about a brace, to continue embracing life in all its messy, joyful imperfection. Sophie gave fans a glimpse of that side of resilience, and that's what made the video resonate so deeply. If you zoom out even further, Sophie's story fits into the larger narrative of women's sports finally beginning to receive the attention they've long deserved. The WNBA has been growing steadily, but it's moments like this, human, viral, personal, that bridge the gap between athletes and casual fans. A viral clip of Sophie Cunningham dancing in a bikini with a knee brace may seem lighthearted, but in reality, it brings eyes to the league. It sparks conversations, and it reminds people that these athletes are multidimensional figures who can inspire far beyond the basketball court. And maybe that's why her fans weren't just entertained by the video, they were inspired. Inspired to see that setbacks don't have to define you. That humor and joy can coexist with pain. That being sidelined physically doesn't mean being sidelined from life. Sophie Cunningham, in that moment, wasn't just a WNBA guard with a torn MCL. She was a woman reminding the world that strength comes in many forms, and sometimes the most powerful form is the refusal to let anything, even injury, steal your joy.